Welcome to another edition of Walton Entertainment. Today we'll have more news, information, and entertainment from your local hometown.
Hey, I'm John Coleman. I live in Monroe, Georgia, and this is my 36 Ford Anglia, made in England. It survived World War II over there, so it's a survivor. It's had one repaint, and it's got 10 horsepower.
It looks a lot like a Plymouth, but it's a Ford.
You're watching Walton Entertainment.
Where do you come alive? A stadium, lecture hall, a music hall, church potluck? This year, you have a new spot, walkgeorgia.org, a free website that provides you with all the resources needed to get your heart rate up and body out in your community. Sign up and receive individual or group fitness tracking, fitness demos by certified trainers, recipes, and a guide to resources in your Georgia County, all in one easy-to-use site. When you move more, you live more. walkgeorgia.org.
YMCA, and I certainly appreciate the Chamber for allowing us to be here today. And I obviously am not anti-cut. Dr. Franklin came in and said, "What are you doing in that suit?" As you know, I retired 3 years ago, and I think this is the third time I've had a suit on since then. But anyway, it's my pleasure to be here and stand in for Angie today. If you will look on the inside of your program, you will see a little bio of Angie Putnam. She is an awesome lady in charge of YMCA of Georgia Piedmont, which includes the Winder Y and the Hartwell Y. And when we get our Y up and running, we will fall under that same umbrella, YMCA Piedmont. So I do want to introduce a couple of people on our steering committee. Meredith Malcolm and Lee Rowell are here. If you two will stand, please. Lee's in the very back. We do have a very large steering committee, and they're very active, and we appreciate all that they do. So why am I here? Somebody said, I thought you were retiring and going away. And I was, actually, a lot of fishing and a lot of yard work and hunting and traveling and doing some neat things. But Meredith called me last summer and asked me if I would consider serving on the steering committee. And I told her I would consider it. I did not give her an answer. So when I got back, actually she called me, I was on vacation in Florida. But when I got back, Lee took me over to the Y in Winder, and I was completely blown away about that place and what all they do for their community. It is an amazing place. Angie has done a great job over there. They have over 50 classes a week in water aerobics and fitness classes. Their high schools use their pool for practice. They have, I see some applause back there. We have 6 high schools that don't have a place to practice here. The community spirit in that Y, over 600 people came in the door the morning I was there. From seniors to moms with little kids to come in and work out and do different things. It's really a family place and a place that is just a central point in their community. And after Lee took me over there, I said, I definitely want to serve on the steering committee. I believe this is going to be awesome for Walton County. Now, those of you that know me know I'm somewhat competitive. If Barrow County can have this, if Winder can have this, we can have this. We are larger, more population, and a larger geographic area than Barrow County. I know we can do this. It's going to take our community, though, to do it. I want to give you a little introduction to the Y today with just a few slides. I'm going through those very quickly and give you a chance to ask any questions. But in case some of you are wondering, this has been going on for several years. Nothing's happened. Folks, counting the land, we have over 3 million pledged right now. So this is up and running. And we actually just started serious fundraising in January. So I hope when the time comes, your business and you will get behind this, no matter how small your business might be or who you represent. I hope we can all get behind this. So let me flip through this real quickly, and then we'll have some time for some questions. YMCA mission has been the same for many years. Christian principles and the practice through programs that build a healthy spirit, mind, body for all. Everything about the YMCA is about health, whether it be mental health or physical health. Everything about it is about health. It honestly is. It's an awesome organization. And I'm going to let you kind of look at this yourself. I think you can read this. It's been around a long time. Largest membership organization that people come to. And keep this in mind, and I know some of you are thinking, does this compete with the Boys and Girls Club? Does this compete with the Rec Center? No, it does not. It complements. Winder Y teaches all the kids that go to the Boys and Girls Club and Winder swimming lessons in the summer. So they work very closely together over there. We would do the same. Large youth serving, and you can see down there all the different things that the Y has been involved in. Of course, the swimming pool. It would be the focal point of the Y, what we would be able to start, and that's something we don't have a lot of in Walton County. And we would, of course, build a pool that would be a competitive lane pool, but it would also be a family pool and a pool where classes could be taught. 3 areas of focus: youth development, healthy living, social responsibility. If you go to Wine to Wide, there's a lot of neat sayings on the wall, some scriptures, some sayings from the scripture that are instrumental in the way they operate over there. This is a picture of the Wine to YMCA. The building to the right is the indoor natatorium. The pool was donated by one person in Wine. One lady donated the money to build that indoor pool. They also have an outdoor pool in the back. Now, we wouldn't start with all that, obviously. We would start, I'm thinking, with a pool, a workout gym, a child care area so moms could come in and work out and somebody take care of their children, and some other things which we'll get to briefly. That's a picture of their indoor pool. Beautiful. That really doesn't show the size of it. It's not a real good picture, but it's a beautiful facility. That's what happens in their pool every day. See a lot of seniors there. You see, I'm interested in this because I'm one. The Rowell family has donated 15 acres of land. There's a picture of the track with a promise for 15 more acres. That got this kicked off back several years ago. Where is it located? Right in front of Monroe High School. Brian, your swim team can walk across the street and practice. That's right off Charlotte Rowell Boulevard. Central to the county, I might add as well. This is not a Monroe-wide, this is a Walton County YMCA. So what did we do to find out if the community would like to have it? Surveys, lots of surveys, and in fact the National YMCA said our survey response was one of the best they had in the nation. Over 600 respondents. It's hard to see it, but the percentage down there that agree or strongly agree with the 4 tenets of the YMCA, which we had up there a minute ago, almost 90% of the people, or over 90% of the people, agree that we need a YMCA here for those reasons. Now you can't read that, but those are the steps that the National YMCA requires us to go through. It's different categories. We're to that second column now where we're starting the fundraising or the funding level for the YMCA. All those first things, which you can't read and I can't read either from here, we have gone through those steps. And this is not just something that we've said, let's just do this. You have to work with the YMCA. They have certain rules and requirements that require you to do this. But we are at that second column, the funding level. YMCA centers, 2,700 in the country. 48 new centers delivered every year. So it's a growing organization. And it's growing because it is real and it does good things for a lot of people. The YMCA of Georgia's Piedmont, the Winder and Hartwell facilities serve over 12,000 participants annually. So it's very well used facility, both of them. There's a lot of volunteers, and I was blown away by, when I went to Winder, by several things. People drop their kids off there in the morning, moms do, go on to work, and they take them to school. They pick them up in the afternoon. There's a snack. There's after-school care. There's lots of things. They do lots of scholarships over there for folks that can't afford some of these things. Through their fundraising efforts and through, of course, most of the funds for the Y come from membership. Is where most of your funds come. We anticipate through our studies that we would have 400 to 700 units, family units, join the Y here in the first year. 400 to 700 in Walton County. We've got several people in Monroe that go to Y and Winder now. Any of you go? Any of you have to go? So they could testify that it's a great facility, I'm sure. 2,000 participants are under the age of 18. Lots of kids are involved in their YMCA. This is just a concept drawing of what we No architect's done this. This is just a picture of a possible building that we would look at with 2 stories. There's the layout with a gym, an auditorium, and some room for growth. Child watch. There's also at the Winder Y a little coffee shop in the front. I see seniors sitting there, just after they work out or before they work out. It's just a place for the community to come together and make a lot of contacts. This is a possible upstairs with a wellness center, the studios for classes. I think the 3 critical things here are the workout facility, the pool, and then some large rooms for these different classes that will be conducted. And down the road we add on an outdoor pool, we add on a basketball gym. The Y is not about running leagues. We're not going to build a bunch of fields to run leagues like the rec department does. We have a great recreation department here that runs all of that. And as I said, it's not a competitive organization. It complements the rec department and Boys and Girls Club. Child watch area. Community kitchen. As you know, the obesity problem in this country is terrible. And I was hoping Andrea Hill was going to be here, Dr. Andrea Hill, the pediatrician, and she was going to talk to you today. She could not be here, but she was going to talk with you about teaching people to prepare food in a healthy manner and start off with kids where they understand the importance of good health. But a community kitchen is something that we would like to have. It may not be something we do right off the bat. It's something we add on down the road. And then a teen area would be another possible add-on, and of course the gym, which I mentioned. Don't know if we'd be able to do that. Might could do a half court. One of the things that the Y does a lot of is camps in the summer. I noticed when I went over there, they had a camp for goalies in soccer. They had a tennis camp going on. They have a walking track, which we would have room to have. A long walking track through the countryside out there off of Charlotte Rival. So those things would be things that a lot of people would come and use. They do offer silver sneakers, which is a program from a lot of insurance companies where seniors can go, and their Y is a silver sneakers participants. Group exercise rooms are important. That's 50 classes a week in Winder, and I'm sure we would do very similar things here in Walton County. And of course the wellness center, I know when I went over there must have been 30 treadmills. There was not one of them without somebody on it. I mean, it is a well-used facility. And then different pool configurations are possible. You got your competitive 4 lanes there, then you've got your family rec pool, and you'd also use that for your water aerobics. So that pool would just be a square pool probably. It would offer some other opportunities. And of course, locker rooms would go along with the pool. And there's some family locker rooms that if a child needs to change or whatever, a parent could go in. Now, the cost figures. This is the bad part. You always have to get to. We've got here 3 different square footage YMCA's. We would probably want to start with a small one with room to add on. We feel like right now we're almost 25% funded for that smaller Y. And of course these are just different costs and square footage, and I know you can't see all this in the back, for different parts of the Y which we may or may not build initially. You see an 11 million figure there. We wouldn't have all of that probably initially. We're thinking 9. We're thinking 9. So we're close to 25% funded, we feel like. And that's it. What are your questions? We can put your name on part of this building. It can be your name, YMCA of Walton County. There will be many naming opportunities for parts of the Y. And Keith, you've got a question.
Yeah, what is a typical membership cost?
Typical membership probably would run to start with $30 to $40 a month, depending. That's another thing the Y does. You bring in some information, and they base your membership based on your financial status. And of course, it doesn't go real high for those folks of you who have lots of money. But it would stay probably around 30 to 40 initially, and we would initially start off at a lower figure to try to, of course, include more people. But that's kind of what they do in winding. As I mentioned, they do a lot of scholarships. Now the winder the Y in Winder's the Brad Akins Y. And if you saw that picture, Akins Ford is right behind the Y. So he donated the land and he does help them. And I talked to him last week at length. I had to go meet with Angie to get this presentation set up, and I made a mistake of going up to the Ford place and driving trucks. And now they're calling me every day. But I ran into Brad, and he kind of told me the history of the Y there. He's kind of backed out of it a lot. He doesn't do as much as he used to, and the reason he told me he did that because he wants the Y and other people to kind of come together, so they don't depend on him so much. And he's really backed out of it. He does help some, and he does pay for his employees to go there, and he helps with their fields, fertilizing their fields now, which is not it's helpful but not big. And he also does the maintenance on their vehicles, where their little vans they take kids to school in. So he's backed out of it a lot, and I couldn't get away from him. In fact, he was so excited about us starting a Y here. He really was. So I'm going back to him here before very long after I'm out of my truck. And I'm going to say in the back of that truck, how about loading up a few million for us? But anyway, we can do this, y'all. We can do it. I know we can. And we're going to continue to work on it. We've got a great steering committee put together. They're committed to it. And I just hope you'll think about putting your business behind this, and eventually, if you want to give money right away, call me, Meredith, or Lee. We'll take it. But we will be contacting folks in the community and businesses down the road. And we're starting off doing that now. So any other questions? I'd be happy to try to answer them. I am very sorry Angie was not here, and she said her regrets. She is awesome. She's done a much better job, and she knows everything about the YMCA because she's worked there almost 20 years now. So, any other questions?
What's the projected timeline for?
Depends on how much the community gets behind. Okay. As you know, this initiative was started several years ago. The economy, you know what happened to the economy in 08? And it lingered for a couple of years there. And so now we're, of course, re-energizing this. And as I said, we think with the land that's been donated and the pledges so far, we're right at $3 million or a little over. Yes, ma'am.
Does the Y offer corporate memberships for businesses? So
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. This Y will offer any kind of membership you want. We will make this work for you. Anything else? I want to honor your time. I know you got to get back to work. Thank you so much for listening to me. I appreciate it.
Good afternoon, and we are in downtown Monroe, and we are here with Jamie and Brian at Wingfoot Running and Walking. First, want to thank you for being a chamber member and congratulate you on your store. Hopefully everybody will be able to see some of this, and he'll pan around in just a little bit. But before we get started, I want to let the mayor, John, would you like to say a couple of words?
I would. We are so excited you're here, that you've chosen to buy into the city of Monroe, and you have clearly represented us well with the amount of runners that I've seen on the streets the last few weeks in the rain. And the cool part about today is God has smiled on us, and it's the first day I think we've had a full day of sun this year. So we are so glad you've joined the downtown Monroe family, and we're excited that you're here. I had an opportunity to meet your son and daughter earlier. She said that her mom sells herself short. So there's a story behind opening this business, and you want to share it with us?
Yeah. So I don't know exactly what selling short, what that came into play, but anyway, My background is in fitness, so I worked 10 years in fitness. I had a fitness client of mine that was from Monroe, and she mentioned that I should check out downtown Monroe. We were looking for a run club because at my old job I used to set up run programs for a fitness company, and I would partner with places like this, running shoe stores. And when we moved out here, we didn't know of one, or we didn't see any group runs or anything like that going on. So like I said, one of the clients I had was from here. She said, come check it out. So I came out here and checked it out, and it seemed like it was alive. I think when we came out here, they were filming a movie right over here at the courthouse. So I figured, hey, if they're filming movies out here, it's got to be a good place to go set up shop. So we're doing our research, and one thing led to another, and we just started opening the shop, and it's kind of growing from there.
Well, we're excited you're here, Jamie.
I appreciate
Anything?
it. Thank you.
I just want to thank the City of Monroe and Walton County. Everyone has been really welcoming to us. You've got a fantastic community, and we're glad to be a part of it. Come run with us every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. right in the Pocket Park. I'm the sweeper, so you'll always beat someone because I'm last. That's my job. And tonight is Tuesday. It's our first social night run of the year. We're going to have Brooks out. We're partnering with Your Pie across the street. And I just think it's really great how all of the small businesses come together and support one another. That's what we're teaching to our kids, and we're glad that there's a community that embraces those values as well.
Well, Brian, tell everybody how. I know people think when they just go get on a pair of shoes, go try them on, and that's it. Tell them what all you can do as far as fitting them. We've got a treadmill back here,
yep.
And tell them what all you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you come in, the fitting process starts with a conversation. We just want to get to know what your running history is, what you want to get out of your running shoe, and then we'll take a look at the tread on the old shoes that you bring in, that you've been running in, kind of take a look at that, see where you're landing, and kind of use that to evaluate what kind of shoe to put you in. Like you said, put them on the treadmill, take a look at whether or not they're heel striking. That's one of the things we'll look at. See if they need a shoe with a little bit more heel-toe drop for padding under the heel. We'll take a look behind, see if there's any pronating or ankle turning in or ankles turning out, supinating. If there's any of that, then we're probably going to recommend more of a stability type shoe. So we would come up here and try to find a stability shoe such as the Adrenaline here from Brooks, and we would put them in that. You know, that's kind of the starting point, but there's a lot of factors obviously that the customer has as well, such as color, you know, brand, things like that. So it's not just my decision, it's also the customer's decision. We're just here giving a kind of an educated recommendation to the customer, and then let them take it from there.
Now, do you do kids as well?
We don't currently have kids shoes, so we're working on that. Perhaps in the future, yeah, we might have some kids shoes in here. Absolutely, there's a lot of kids running around. I know I got a couple of them over here that like to run, so definitely want to get them.
Before long.
That's true. That's true. Exactly. So.
Well, tell people how they can find you.
Yep, you can find us. Our website is www.wingedfootrunwalk.com, or our phone number here, and I gotta look at my card because I don't have it memorized yet, 678-635-8148, or on Facebook at Winged Foot Running and Walking. Just search Winged Foot Running and Walking on Facebook. And our address is 135 South Broad, Monroe, Georgia, 30655.
Very good. So you did great on that.
Yeah.
And we have some of the city councilmen here. We have Larry and David. Would y'all like to say anything?
Go ahead there. I'm hoarse. I can't talk.
Well, I'd just like to say I'm really glad that you're here. I think I've become Monroe's oldest runner. I'm in my 40th year, and it's just so good to have an independent running store in town. So everybody, if you're running, thinking about running, come out and support these folks. They're doing a wonderful job in our community. I'm just glad to have you.
Appreciate that. And David's a Hoka runner, so that was the first one we put on the wall.
I am too. It's a good shoe.
That's right. That's right.
Well, good. Well, thank you. Y'all ready to go cut your ribbon?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
1, 2, 3.
All right. Yeah, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you, Miss Sadie. I appreciate that.
DeGrand's Bar and Grill Ribbon Cutting, and I am here with the owner, Reggie, and would you like to tell us a little bit about?
Sure, yeah. We are located at 806 North Broad Street, Monroe, Georgia, and our phone number is 770-207-0887, and we have a wide variety of food, and we got exceptional team of staff here, so we'll be able to help you whatever you folks need it. And thank you for giving us an opportunity, and the Chamber of Commerce, the president, and everybody, Larry, coming out here and help us. And thank you, everyone. And I will introduce my staff. There's my manager, Loranda, and all my staff right here.
Larry, would you like to say anything?
Well, I was going to, Reggie, I was just congratulate you on getting to this point with the business and getting your grand opening here and your ribbon cutting. You know, we always want to support small businesses, and and that's what you've got going here. And so we're encouraging for you, and hope things go well.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, so you guys come out, get some good drinks, get some good food, and have some fun.
1, 2, 3. Whack it. There we go. Excellent. Congratulations. Very good.
Today on Feed the Goats, we're going to try some cookies and see how well they like the cookies. Beth, would you like a cookie? Oh, Beth, don't butt. Come here. Come, Beth. Come here. Okay. You just like to eat out of the pan, don't you? You're just kind of a pig, aren't you? You just really... Come on.
Hey, I'm Isaac over at Reboot. We're going to give you the Reboot Tech Tip today. I want to talk a little bit about cell phone accountability. You know, kids that have cell phones these days, I mean, I've seen them as young as 8, 9 that have their own cell phone. The issue becomes, you know, the internet's got all this craziness and nastiness and all that stuff on it, so it's important, I think, as parents, you know, or even business owners, if you give your employees a cell phone, you know, to have some sort of accountability on that cell phone. Because otherwise, you know, I mean, you can get into trouble in about 2 seconds, really. An ad can pop up, you know, that's got something crazy on it that you don't want your kids or whoever looking at. So there's a couple things that can be done. One thing, the iPhone actually has great restrictions. You can go into the settings of the iPhone. You can actually stop anyone from getting on the internet. You can limit certain sites. You can stop like certain categories. You can stop people from putting apps on the phone. I mean, all kinds of restrictions. That's one thing I do like about the iPhone. So that's, you know, always a smart buy. There's also software that can be installed on these phones. One of them is called Ever Accountability. It's actually a paid app that you have to pay for. I think nowadays it costs about $100 a year. It doesn't actually stop anything, but it gives you a report every week about exactly where that person is using that cell phone. What I mean by where actually is where they're going on the internet with the cell phone, what apps they're using, what's being said on those apps, what's being searched on those apps. I mean, it basically keeps track of absolutely everything. And then it'll send you a report every week, and it'll flag certain stuff. You know, it can flag, you know, certain websites. It can flag pornography. It can flag just certain words. I mean, all kind of stuff. And it'll say in the report, hey, you need to look at this. You know, this doesn't look okay. There's another one called K9 Blue Coat, and it actually is what's called a filter. So you install that on your device, and that particular program will go on computers too. It'll stop you from going to certain sites. It'll stop you from searching certain things. It has all kinds of categories. I mean, anything from you know, nudity to violence to drug use. I mean, it'll filter all that stuff, which is great. and it has several levels in there, you know, like a low level, a high level, all that stuff. So that's another good one. There's another company called Covenant Eyes that is actually putting out some software now that can filter images, which this is new technology. So if it's you know, a violent image or nudity or something like that, it'll actually blur out the image, which I think is great. So and that's something new, and I'm sorry I don't know the price or anything on that, but it's made by a company called Covenant Eyes, and they have filtering software too. Actually, their main focus is filtering the internet through all kinds of ways, and I do know it's a paid service also. You know, the other thing too, and you know, it's smart to just check that device every now and then. If you've got a kid that's on a cell phone or a tablet, or an employee that has a cell phone or a tablet or a computer, just check those devices. You know, it's smart to just kind of keep your eye on it every now and then. Check the browser history, you know, stuff like that. This day and time, the internet is so, you know, so scary, and you can get in so much trouble so quickly. You know, it's smart to have some sort of accountability. But anyway, if you got questions, you can always come by Reboot. You know, you can check out our website, rebootcomputercompany.com, or give us a call, 770-207-9209. Again, Isaac at Reboot giving you the tech tip. Thank you.
You're watching Walton Entertainment.
Good morning. My name is Cassandra Hainsworth, and I am the 4-H agent here in Walton County. We wanted to give you just a little bit of information about some of the exciting opportunities that are coming up for our 4-Hers and youth here in Walton County. One of the things that's coming up this summer is our 4-H summer camp. We have summer camping opportunities for youth from 5th grade all the way up through 12th grade. Our Cloverleaf 4-Hers have an opportunity to go to Cloverleaf Camp at Rock Eagle. That's going to be June 10th through the 14th. And like I said earlier, it's located at Rock Eagle 4-H Center. We also have 2 opportunities for our 6th through 8th graders. One of those is Marine Resources Camp. That's located at Burton 4-H Center. We have 2 weeks available for that. You have the opportunity to go either July the 8th through the 12th or July 15th through the 19th. Wilderness Challenge Camp is open for 7th and 8th graders and any 6th graders that are going to be 12 years old by July 2nd. And that's going to take place July 1st through the 5th at Wauseega 4-H Center located in Dahlonega. Junior Camp is open to 7th and 8th graders, and that's going to take place from June 3rd through the 7th at Jekyll Island 4-H Camp Center. And then, of course, we have Senior Camp, and that is open to all of our 9th through 12th grade students. That's going to take place May 27th through May 31st at Rock Eagle 4-H Center. So all of those are exciting 4-H camping opportunities that are available for our youth. If they want to get a little taste of camp before the end, we also have a rally at the Falls that is coming up, and that's open to all 6th through 8th graders. It's going to be at Wauseega 4-H Center, and that's going to be April 27th and the 28th. So that's another exciting opportunity for our 4-Hers to come out and get involved in our program. As always, our doors are open for you to come in and learn more about the many opportunities that we have available for our youth, whether it's shooting sports, animal clubs, cooking, sewing, whatever it is that you're interested in or that your youth may be interested in. All of those opportunities are available for them to get involved. Our office is located at 100 North Broad Street, right here in downtown Monroe. Just stop by and say hello and come and find out about all the exciting opportunities that are available.
Hey everybody, this is Dr. Miller at Monroe Veterinary Clinic. If you have any questions about this segment, feel free to give us our call. Our phone number is 770-267-3690. Today we're just going to be talking about the importance of microchipping. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is what a microchip is. A microchip is a tiny implant that goes into the skin of any of your pets. So cats and dogs can both get microchipped. The microchip is not a GPS tracker sticker like most people think it is. What the microchip does is it carries a serial number that you register through the company to your contact information and to your pet. So it's a unique number that's only going to pull up your information and your pet's information. The way this works is if your pet is ever brought to a shelter, or if your pet's ever found and someone takes it to a clinic, what they do is they scan that microchip and that number directs them to the company that it's registered to, and then they can contact you from there. So some things to keep in mind about microchipping are the importance. So microchipping is really integral in helping reunite us with our pets, both cats and dogs. As you can imagine, any of them could get loose from you, or if there's ever an incident like a tornado or a fire at your house, it's really important to have that on your pet because their collar might not stay on if they end up getting loose and running away, or it gets snagged somewhere. So this is something that's going to be with them all the time to help identify them and help bring them back home to you safely. The other thing that you want to keep in mind about the microchip is when you want to do it. So we can microchip pets of all ages, but one way that it's really convenient to do is to do it when you're spaying or neutering your young puppy or kitten. So we could do that while they're under anesthesia for that surgery, and then they come out ready to roll and have that identification right there with them. Whenever your pet is microchipped, it is very important to make sure that their medication, or sorry, that the microchip matches up with you. So if you've had a change in phone number or a change in address recently, you need to reach out to your microchip company and make sure that all of those things are still accurate. Each company has a different fee associated with changing that information, but it's really a shame when we have a pet that's microchipped and the phone number is no longer accessible. So big things to keep in mind are microchipping your pets to make sure that they can get back to you if they ever were to get lost, and to make sure that that microchip is registered to your current address and phone number so that we can find you when we need to. If you have any questions about this, give us a call. Our phone number is 770-267-3690. Thanks.
Welcome back to Walton Entertainment. Check out the library. Yeah, it's always great to get one of these stickers. I picked it up when I was over there at the library, and you need to go by there and check out books. Get your library card if you don't already have one. It's such a great resource, and they have so many great programs, especially for the summer for students and all those here in Walton County and Monroe. So you need to check it out. The Walton Monroe Library, downtown Monroe, just off the square, a little piece. Got some great stuff going on during the summer, so check it out.
Hello, I'm Kenny Sargent with Keep Walton Beautiful and Walton County Recycling Center. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. Around the center, we're real busy right now. This time of year, it really picks up around here, and it has again this year. We are still having a lot of people bringing in yard waste, and again, I'm going to probably say this until we get a little better at having less people come in with yard waste. We cannot accept that stuff here. That would include, your limbs, grass clippings, shrubs, leaves. Any of that stuff needs to go to an inert landfill. We have several in Walton County. Feel free to give us a call out here, and we can direct you to some of those places. And our number here is 770-267-1421. Again, give us a call and we'll help you track down the one nearest to your location to take those things, because I really don't want you to drive all the way out here and us just have to turn you around, and that's happening quite a bit. Again, as I said, it's real busy right now. A lot of people are doing spring cleaning. We have extended our Saturday hours till 3 o'clock, so we're now open on Saturdays from 7:30 to 3. Make sure everybody knows that. And this time of year is also a good time of year as we start approaching Earth Day, for us to self-reflect and consider if we're doing enough to help our earth, our community, environmentally. We should think about that. It's a good time of year for that. There's a whole lot of reasons to recycle and really none to not recycle, and conservation. So, give us a call. look into it yourselves. We'd be happy to talk to you about getting started recycling, how to extend beyond just recycling into some new ways that you could, you know, be making more of a difference environmentally. There's a lot of things we can all do. There's small things, there's larger things if you're already doing the small things. And I would just encourage all of you to look into that yourselves. It's easy to get information on. We would be happy to steer you in the right direction and find things that you might could be doing that you're not doing. But it is very important for us all to be trying to do something. There's no better time than right around Earth Day for us to be doing that, and that's quickly approaching us. And that's something I would like for everyone that does or is watching this to think about, is, you know, just a little something more you can do if you're already doing something. And if you're doing nothing at all, find a small little place to start. There's easy things to do. You can start by recycling, you know, just one item that you're using more of than any other. And I promise once you get started, you're going to want to extend that, and you'll get interested in finding other ways that you can make a difference. But feel free to give us a call out here anytime. Again, our number is 770-267-1421. We're out here on Leroy Anderson Road, 2051 Leroy Anderson Road, back behind Meadows Funeral Home right here in Monroe. And, you know, also feel free to come out. We'd be happy to walk you through, show you around, show you how our recycling drive-through works. We have an education room up front here where we do field trips, school programs, and things like that. And, you know, we'd be happy to have you out and to talk about those things and that you could be doing that maybe you aren't. Again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call or come out and see us, and we will see you next time.
Hello, Walton County. This is Kevin Little with Chairman's Report on Walton Entertainment. I'm going to talk to you about a few things today. It's been several weeks since I've been able to update you, and so I was going to just talk to you on a couple things. Transportation is one of the biggest issues. A couple of contracts I had talked to you about earlier that will be let in April, which will be the Spring Street restriping and basically adding another through lane. I don't know exactly when that will get started, but that is on the April contract there. And we did receive word this week from Georgia DOT. They're going to contribute $1.3 million into the eastbound on-ramp to US 78 off of Spring Street. If you just go past IHOP there, you'll be able to get back on to 78 to go east, and that's a big traffic relief that we were working with Georgia DOT, the City of Monroe, and Walton County to try to partner with to be able to help that big intersection out at 138 and Spring Street. So I think you'll be seeing some action taking place out there very soon, and that's exciting to do. We're still waiting on the confirmation back from DOT on the other intersections on 138. That's a congested road, and we also have Georgia DOT reviewing the signalization on US 78 in the county. They are spread out a good bit, but we're seeing if we can get those synchronized. That way, as soon as you start off at one, you don't get caught by the other one, but it would only probably come out about as far as between. So that's something we're looking at there. Our whole goal with the cities throughout the county and Walton County working together is we're trying to move Walton, because we've got a lot of two-lane roads and a lot of intersections that need to be improved. We are asking DOT to widen the off-ramp from 78 onto Highway 11 and Highway 11 North, add an extra lane up toward Bojangles to be able to give you that transition there with the high school and the Board of Education and a lot of northern traffic coming along there. And so that's exciting there. We got a couple of prospects continue to looking at our industrial park out here in Monroe, and that announcement should be here in the next 60 to 90 days, and Governor Kemp will be involved with that, so watch out on here. I'll be giving you an update, and and letting you know about that. Be some more good quality jobs coming to the county, and we're always looking to be able to put you to work. We're raining and raining and raining. That's been the story of the last 6 or 8 months here in Walton County and basically Georgia. So there's a lot of road projects that we normally get done during the winter months that's not paving, at some of the grading work and some of the leveling of such as that. But you know, you have 2 days of rain, it's 1 to 2 inches of rain, and then you have 2 sunny days, the ground don't get dried out in time. So you may think, well, dang, it's sunny and they're not working, but you can't work because it's still wet. And so it's going to take a week or so of good sunny days to be able to get out and work on some of these projects we got. One of them is the roundabout at Youth Jersey and Broadnax Mill. That's a project that we had to wait on the gas line to come through, and now Mother Nature, good Lord, is continuing to pour a lot of water out, so we've not been able to do that, but we will be getting it finished here very soon. On another note, Lake Hardlabor Creek Reservoir is completely full. It's running over, and I understand that the crappie fishing is some of the best in the state of Georgia. So if you hadn't been down there and tried that out, I've had numerous people call me and tell me that they've fished all around Georgia, and this is the best crappie lake in the state of Georgia. So if you are a fisherman or you know anybody, if you don't have a boat, we do have a dock down there, so you're able to walk out. So a lot of opportunities here in the county. We got a couple of splash projects that we are working on, and I will be updating you on those as we progress. We're looking at the Splash Water Park and the Adaptive Handicap Park in between. We hope to break ground on that somewhere around May and get those things coming out of the ground here. It'll be exciting to be able to have that. You'll be able to have parties and such up there, and then the adaptive park will cover a whole nother element of the people we have in Walton County that have the needs to be able to play sports as well. So a lot of good things coming forward. Just tune in every week. That way we can update you, and I'll be updating you on what's going on. We'll go out and get some progress and show you some live videos here pretty soon of where we're at and what's going on. If you have any questions or concerns, give me a call, 770-267-1316. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in today. As always, we're going to show you some of the dogs and cats that are available for adoption here at Walton County Animal Control. You know, you just want to make a reminder that you can always go shopping online at our animal shelter. You can go to waltonpets.net and see all the animals listed. You know, it's kind of hard for us to bring cats outside and get them on TV. They might take off and run for freedom. So the cats are listed there on the website, waltonpets.net, along with the dogs that you'll see now and several others. Every day we're getting new animals in, and Monday through Friday that website is updated real time. It's got the statuses there, all the medications. There's usually notes about their temperament. So don't forget to go window shopping or online shopping at waltonpets.net. You can see all those animals. As usual, they're all just $40 adoption fees. We haven't gone up on that in many years. That includes vaccines, heartworm testing, combo testing, things like that. So if you're looking to add a new pet, Walton County Animal Control is the place to look.
All right, here we have an old guy. It's a long-haired Chihuahua mix. He's probably 7 or 8 years old. He's got a growth up under his front leg on his chest. But other than that, he seems very sweet, very happy, loves to give kisses.
Sit. Sit. Good boy. Now look at what we got here. Every day we have about a lab and a pit, but rare we have us a Rottweiler. His name is Bro, and now's your chance. Come on, Bro.
All right, this is, she's a senior. She's about 10 plus years old. She's a lab mix. She's a female. I think she is spayed. She is very still spiteful and very energetic as well. So, but she is looking for a good home.
Hey, we have us a nice, sweet little pit bull here, brindle color, real nice bright white color, and I liked her eyes real good. She's got some pretty eyes, so if you're looking for a nice, sweet dog, here she is. Let's go.
She's a 2-year-old lab retriever mix, and she is an owner surrender. She's already been spayed, She's up to date on all her shots, and she is ready to go.
You sit. You sit. You sit. No. Here we have a female husky. She's 2 or 3 years old. She's really sweet. She's interested in about being outside. She makes somebody a good pet.